Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. If I could just get everyone's attention up here by the big screen. My name is Jennifer. I'm the general manager here at the VIN, Embassy Row. Thank you so much for coming this evening to celebrate Ukraine. We've got a fantastic, almost 2 months of events coming up. You'll hear much more about it from Maria, Miss Alla. We've got a fantastic program for you this evening. One little note of housekeeping before I turn over the microphone. You'll see these cards everywhere. On the back of your card, there's a QR code. Scan the QR code. That's going to take you to the digital brochure of all of the amazing pieces of art that we have. There's artist biographical information. There's information about Sofia-Art. There's information about the VIN. So please take the time to look through. I think you'll really enjoy it and get a lot out of it. I learned a lot. I helped to put together the catalog, and as I was inputting all the information and looking at the pieces, I think I fell in love a little bit with the country. So hopefully I will get to travel there soon and experience it. I want to thank Maria and Alla. Alla is our curator. Maria is our art partner. Whoever she is, she's fantastic. Thank you both for having the confidence in the team here at the VIN to put on such an exhibition. It's an honor. It's an honor, and it's been a really nice experience to work with both of you, so thank you. And Max, I don't see Max. Perfect. I will hand over the microphone to our hostess with the mostest. Miss Maria, come right up.
Thank you. Hi. Yeah, it's on. So if you didn't catch, the person that was putting together the catalog is actually the general manager of the Van Hotel. She does it in her free time, and she has offered this fantastic space for us to have the exhibit, and her generosity and hard work knows no limits. And I did, in my past life, I did corporate finance, and I financed a couple of hotels. There's been no general manager that would have done what she has done for this exhibit and for our efforts that I can think of. So thank you for Jennifer. Please give her a round of applause. She's really a lifesaver for us. So I won't speak much. I'm just going to introduce the speakers tonight, and I think they'll have a very good story. We'll try to keep it short. We have a wonderful party for you tonight, and we want you to enjoy the art and enjoy Ukrainian guests and enjoy our beautiful Ukrainian hostesses. And with that, I will introduce Alla Rogers. She is a curator of this exhibit. She has a new role now, but in her past life, she for 30 years had a beautiful gallery in Georgetown where she was selling Eastern European and mainly Ukrainian art. So Alla, please. Do you want me to hold something? Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here today. Oops. So, as the curator of this exhibit, you're seeing artists from 18 regions of the 27 regions of Ukraine. So you're seeing a broad spectrum of landscape, and you're also glimpsing Ukraine not through the lens of war, but through the lens of its beauty and its resilience as it defends its culture and its identity and its wish to survive. And it's a testament to its resilience and the continuity of its culture that began in the 10th century. As the director of Art and Cultural Impact Programs for Global Peace Education Network, I just want to say that art can heal, art can build bridges of understanding, avenues of connection, which this gallery is devoted to, and art transcends language and cultural differences, as we all can feel tonight, today, and throughout kind, then art is the expression of its soul. So it has the power to help us all understand one another and our shared humanity. So thank you all for being here tonight. It's my great pleasure to see all your faces out here. Thank you.
Thank you, Alla. And now I want to introduce the reason behind this exhibit. Mr. Maxim Melnik, come here. A round of applause, then I'll explain what he does. So Maxim is actually, in the catalogs we say that it's a Ukrainian gallery that is providing the works of art to fundraise for Ukrainian charities. It's part of the story. He has a publishing house of art, art books and catalogs, and over years he built a relationship with many Ukrainian painters who are very famous and who are here represented here tonight. This is his personal collection. Up until yesterday, he was telling me stories about all of these paintings. He kept asking, are you sure you want to sell it? Because they all come with a personal story, and they're all fantastic, and they're all very rare. And he says, we decided we're doing this, and we need money for our cause. He has been doing this since 2014, when Russia first invaded eastern Ukraine, and then some of the territories were regained. There were several orphanages that did not get any assistance or funding, and he was supporting these orphanages, and he did several fundraisers in Japan, China, UK. And since the beginning of the war, we have organized 5 similar exhibits and fundraisers, and we were very fortunate to have very successful events, and we have supported several charities. I'll introduce them later, but now I want to give a word to Maxim Melnik, and I'll translate because his English is a little rusty at the moment.
Доброго вечора, пані та панове. Дякую всім, хто завітав у цю галерею. Хотів би подякувати тим людям, які нам надали це приміщення. Хотів би подякувати куратору пані Алі, хотів би подякувати партнеру, який двигає це все в Вашингтоні і по Америці, пані Марії Столяр.
So thank you very much for coming. He'd like to thank the hotel who has given out this wonderful gallery, our curator Alla. He usually thanks myself. I vowed to get an interpreter for this part, but I have to thank myself because apparently I am a great partner in the United States. Thank you.
Я коротко розповім про історію виникнення цієї мережі благодійних виставок. Я, як і всі українці, як і весь світ, був в такому шокованому стані у березні, в лютому, коли почалося військове вторгнення. І ми зв'язалися з Марією і говорили постійно, переживали про те, що твориться в країні.
So I want to tell you a story of how this year's effort came about. When the war started on the 24th of February, we were all shocked. Ukrainians were in a bit of a shock, and we were talking by phone about what we could do under the circumstance.
І історія така, що наше видавництво на ринку України працює вже 27 років. Ми видали десятки тисяч альбомів, каталогів, буклетів, монографій українських художників, провели десятки виставок в Україні і по всьому світу.
The background about my business is that it's a publishing house. It's been in business for 27 years. We've published hundreds of books and had many exhibits all over the world where we were helping the artists that we represented and published with their to display their work.
І за цей час видавництво зібрало велику колекцію картин українських художників. Я скажу професійно і відповідально найкращих українських художників. І дивлячись на той час, це були постійні бомбардування по декілька разів в день. І Ми думали, як ми можемо допомогти, як ми можемо внести свою частку у цей непростий час. І переговорили з Марією, це була народжена спільна ідея, щоб зробити ці благодійні виставки.
So as they were bombing the city and we were brainstorming about, starting back, he said that his publishing business represents a lot of artists, and he can proudly say that he represents some of the best artists in Ukraine, and here we have some of the best artists in Ukraine. And when the war started, and he has a collection in downtown Kyiv, and Kyiv was under siege, we were brainstorming about how to save art and what to do, and this was the beginning of our partnership and the series of the exhibits that and fundraisers that we had here in the course of the last year.
Спираючись на зв'язки, на своїх друзів в Америці, в Європі, за рік, навіть менше часу, це вже 5-та виставка, яку ми проводимо, 5-та благодійна виставка. І зараз ще декілька в нас, от прямо звідси я лечу до Відня, до Праги, де також ми домовляємося про проведення виставок.
So with the good grace of our friends around the world, this is the 5th exhibit that we have this year, and now he's going to go to Vienna because there is interest in Vienna about hosting another exhibit.
Ще раз хочу подякувати всім і сказати професійне питання, яке важливо, я як колекціонер його знаю. Ми проводимо і проводили виставки різних художників, персональні, загальні, але саме ці картини, які тут є, це найкращі художники, це з моєї власної особистої колекції, це найкраще, найдорожче, що в мене є, що я зібрав і збираю за 20 років. І половину художників вже немає в живих, і колекціонери, люди, які поціновують мистецтво, мене зрозуміють.
And as a professional art collector and a professional in the field of arts, I would like to assure you that these are the best Ukrainian artists. About half of them are no longer with us. He has been amassing this collection for the last 27 years, and he can absolutely assure you that these are the best known, best published, best displayed, best commercialized Ukrainian artists. And this is part of his collection that he feels very strongly about. And this is wonderful art for you to see and purchase. That's from me. Thank you very much. And now I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit about the charities that we support. You've all seen the catalog. What we say is that we are supporting medical charities that work with kids, directly or indirectly. We work with about 5 organizations at the moment, and 2 of them, we call them implementing partners, because they are the organizations that work directly with the children. One of them works with orphans and has a unique for Ukraine mental support program for children who are suffering from PTSD. There is no experience in Ukraine on how to treat PTSD, and children that have seen horrendous things and are brought to the west of Ukraine, they don't speak, and they require urgent psychological help. So we hope that with your help, we're going to raise money to run this program for at least a year. And I will give a floor to the woman who founded this organization, and that she, even though it's an American organization, she spends most of her time in Ukraine. And she's working with the orphans. She's done amazing things in 1 year, and we will be very proud to support her with this fundraiser. Natalia Volkova.
Thank you, Maria. Art is always about hope, expression, and love. And I'm very happy that today art serves for survival, helping sustain efforts that are defining the world that we live in. So I'm happy and I hope that love for art today, your love for art, can make a difference. And I'm grateful to our partners for participating in this amazing event. So my name is Natalia Vetrova and I'm founder of Ukraine Vola Foundation. UVF provides support for children suffering by traumatic effects from the war. We offer trauma and PTSD programs through licensed professionals using proven programs, helping children to pass their pain and also find the hope beyond the war. We also work for increasing the quality of living for children in orphanages, 5 orphanages in different regions. In total is around 400 children. What we do, our work is by giving therapy sessions, improving nutrition, renovating buildings, also doing trainings for caregivers. I just came back from Ukraine where we were doing the first cycle of trainings for caregivers in all our orphanages and also for social workers in Lviv region. So, and we are trying to create their healthy atmosphere where the children feel inspired and loved. So this is why I'm standing before you. I hope we can give Ukrainian children a future beyond the black realities of despair caused by war. So one of the best things we can do for the future of Ukraine is to help children to find the best things they can be. So we are one and also therefore affect each other. The main thing in this world to find the mission in which you can serve this world. So I hope you can find mission tonight for helping Ukrainian children. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
We also have a special appearance. We actually, one of the hospitals we've been supporting for the longest is called OhMatDit. It's an abbreviation. It's the Central Children's Hospital. It has a network throughout Ukraine. We are supporting the Kyiv branch. And the head of the hospital, the main surgeon of the hospital, is going to address us in a televised, we've recorded his address, so I'm going to run it very shortly. But I also wanted to acknowledge one more of our partners before I do that. Vitaly Dubil. Come here just for a second. I'm not going to make you speak. I'm just going to introduce you. Vitaly has founded in 2014 a charity in the United States in his free time. It's called Support Hospitals in Ukraine. They work with Project Cure and they ship second-hand, good quality medical equipment to Ukraine, and they arrange on-demand delivery. So it's not just something that goes one way and nobody knows how it's used. He collects requests from the Ukrainian hospitals and he ships it to Ukraine. And just this year, so we were lucky to partner with him last year. I know Vitaly from IFC. We worked for a long time in IFC, and I know that he did it for the last 9 years in his free time. And I don't know how he does it. But just say this year, how many containers are you going to ship?
So we started in 2014, and we already shipped 7 40-foot large containers with a value approximately $4 million US. And right now we have a pipeline 3 more containers. We already shipped 1 2 weeks ago, and 2 more will go in April and May. And with thanks to Maria, with Maxim, Sofia-Art, and many other partners, we are providing valuable equipment and supplies to Ukraine. So, thank you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And so one of these containers is going to be going to the Kyiv's hospital. For children, I'm just going to run a short address from the hospital for you. Is the sound okay?
Hello, my name is Olga. I'm 27 years old. 25 pieces of glass struck my body while I was breastfeeding my 1-month-old baby. But I'm alive. My husband and I are from Kyiv. 2 weeks before the war, I became the happiest woman. I became a mother. My girl Victoria was born into this world, a little resident of our capital. At 5 a.m. on February 24, we just like everyone else, Facebook. What should we do? Leave or stay? You would have to suffer through many days of traffic jams to get to Western Ukraine. So we decided to stay and not to put our child through the suffering. We lived in a normal residential area, no airfields or military bases nearby. We thought we could call it safety. They wouldn't bomb a kindergarten, would they? Turns out, they would. At 8 a.m. on March 18, I went to bed to breastfeed Vika. As soon as I curled her up in a warm blanket, I heard an explosion. I held my child tight. The shelling hit in a kindergarten. The shockwave reached 6 houses. The windows, concrete and glass flew at us. After the explosion, I looked at my daughter. I didn't feel any pain because I was terrified. My baby was covered in glass and blood. I was just screaming until my husband explained that the blood was mine. Vika was not hurt. They took us to the OhMatDit hospital. For 2.5 hours, doctors were removing the glass from my body. My husband's legs were full of cuts, but most importantly, our baby girl had only a small cut on her cheek and a few bruises. Today, we have nowhere to live. Our apartment is completely destroyed, but we won't fall into despair. We survived, and that's the most important thing. This is a story about life. And while we are waiting for our everyone's victory, my own victory is in my arms. My Victoria.
I'm director of biggest children's hospital in Ukraine, OhMatDit. Now I will say a big thanks to everybody who support Ukraine, who support children in Ukraine, who support future Ukraine. Thank you for participation in this exhibition and hope that your support help to us serve children. Thank you so much. Slava Ukraine, Slava Збройним силам.
And this is the kids we were helping directly, avoiding all other organizations.
Як шрами, ламане минуле, всім, хто набув і всім, хто втратив, всім, хто питав, у тебе поради, всім, хто просив, у тебе пробачення, всім мають значення, всім мають значення, ночі лишаються, небо темне, іде війна, виростають діти, любиш їх, тому що крім тебе, їх тут ніхто не буде любити, сонце здіймається вище і вище.
So I don't have much to add, other than that's the hospital I was born in. And that's a hospital is now treating most of the war-related wounds in children. And with your help, we can get help to Ukraine fast. We work with small organizations that have presence on the ground, and we donate money to the hospital for the upgrades and fuel storage so that they can run their operations under fire and without energy and all of that. But we also help families that have no place to stay because they're refugees that come to the hospital in flip-flops and wrapped in a blanket, and they have no clothes. And they know to call Max now because he's been helping them. So your money doesn't go to a big organization with huge administrative overheads. Your money will help the 12 children and many more that we've been fortunate to help this way. And therefore, to me, it's hugely meaningful to be actually very hands-on in how we distribute this help and knowing the people that benefit from it. And so thank you very much. It is not about war, as we said. It's about Ukraine. It's about beauty. There's a lot of ugliness in the world. We've all seen the last 2 days, 3 days videos. We all realize this is happening. We all have families back. My family is still in Ukraine since the first days. We know it's happening. It's ugly. It's terrifying. But it's also about resilience, and it's also about friends, and it's also about help, and it's also about hope. So thank you very much. We need friends. Ukraine needs friends. And together we can win this war, and we can make the life better for many, many people. Slava Ukraini! And thank you very much for coming. Please enjoy yourselves. There's actually one more note. Peter, come here. Come here. So it's actually fantastic. We were hoping that people would help us with past exhibitions. Are going to be here. The embassy is going to come a little later. That was our first place. Peter is the owner of L'Enfant Gallery in Georgetown. He enthusiastically took upon himself to host our second exhibit here. He hosted it way past when we've agreed. A few months past that, and his exhibit was a huge success. And these are the kids that your money supported. So thank you very much. Thank you. No, we already toasted.
We did?
Yeah. Enjoy some champagne is in the back. Cash bar is on the left. And Ukrainian food that the chef of the Van Hotel literally Googled a few days ago and made a very authentic menu is on the right over here. Please enjoy yourself. The food is amazing. Thanks to Jennifer once again.